If it's one thing that we as gamers know how to do and know how to do well, is be negative. Think about it. XDefiant dropped, the first thing y'all were probably hearing online was,
oh, this game was better in the beta. It's never going to be as good as COD. This game going to die off in a month.
Same thing happened with multiverses.
Oh, this game too slow. I liked it better in the beta. This game not as good as Smash Bros. This game gonna be dead in a month.
It doesn't matter what genre you play, doesn't matter what game you play. Most likely the community has been negative in whatever game you play. And I can't lie, I've contributed my fair share of negativity. I'm playing XDefiant, Multiverses, and Tekken all at the same time, trying to get good at all three of them. So you know I've contributed my fair share of, oh, this game is trash, this person sucks, they play this character, and you know, that makes it even worse. I've definitely given my fair share of negativity. And don't think that this video is going to be some type of kumbaya, we should all get along. I do feel like we should, but that's not the preface of this video. Y'all have heard the saying, don't hate the player, hate the game. Well, I kind of want to remix it a little bit. Don't hate the player or the game, hate the playstyle. And before you start getting confused talking about, bro, what are you talking about? I'm gonna explain it, but if you stick around for the end of the video and you end up enjoying what I was talking about, or it starts to make sense, feel free to like the video. Let me know what you thought about it. All of the footage that I've been taking came from my stream, so if y'all want to come through at some point and show love, I'd appreciate it, but that's not what we're here for right now. Let me explain myself. I'm pretty sure all of us at some point that have played video games and have friends have gotten to a point where there's always that one friend that finds a way to play the cheapest, scummiest way possible, right? They're sitting in a corner if y'all are playing COD. If you're playing a fighting game, they're just spamming the same move over and over again. And it's like, obviously you don't hate that friend, but in this moment, there's a lot of hatred brewing. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Obviously you don't hate the person. You're not mad at the video game, but you're mad at the way that they're playing. And that's kind of what I want to touch on here. And the same thing can apply to streamers or esports as well. You might have a favorite streamer or a favorite player that might take a character that, if you're playing ranked, everybody online would be like, oh my god, this character is so annoying, it takes no skill. But you watch them play and it's almost inspirational. It makes you want to get on the game and try to play that character the same way your favorite streamer or your favorite player played them, and make that character look cool. In the same breath, there are some people that take a character that a lot of people like, but switch up the playstyle, and when you're watching it, it's almost as if they took all of the hype and coolness of that character and just drained the life out of them, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I cannot stand to watch this player play. Like, but for some reason it's working. I don't know if it's because it's agitating the other person. Maybe they've never seen someone play like this before, but it's just like in your head, you're like, oh my God, I can't stand the way they play. But it seems like it's working and it doesn't make sense. I feel like that's the hatred or negativity that a lot of players tend to possess. But since they don't know where to place that anger, it just ends up getting placed on the person, place, or thing, right? If it's a fighting game and somebody's doing that with Ryu, it's like, oh, that's why Ryu's so lame, this character sucks. Or if you're watching a specific person, it's like, yeah, that person is a piece of shit, and you know, all of the other vulgarities. But it's like, they're still a person at the end of the day, right? And that's something that I feel like a lot of the gaming community fails to recognize. These are still humans at the end of the day. I get their playstyle might piss you off, or the fact that they are playing this game at a top level might offend you for whatever reason, but in a sense, that's technically part of the game. There's different characters, there's different playstyles for a reason. I know in fighting games, I cannot stand getting camped out by zoning characters, but that's because I like being in people's faces. That's the hard counter for the playstyle that I like to play, so it makes sense that that would piss me off. Same way where people do the same thing in shooting games, where, oh, I want to get in there like Rambo and just drop a bunch of kills and put everybody down and drop 50, when somebody's sitting in the corner with a shotgun and they're the one that's got like 30 or 40 kills, and you're just looking at them with a side eye like, you really find enjoyment playing this game like this? I want to say I hate you, but like, part of me does still hate you, but it's the play style that I'm more upset at than the specific person. The way I explained it is, I don't hate you, but I hate what you stand for, right? That's how I see it when it comes to games. I don't hate you specifically, because sometimes it might be a close friend or a content mutual or a top player or something like that. And it's like, I don't have any ill will towards you as a person. You might be a cool person. I might have met you, you know, whatever the case may be. But watching you play this game gives me, like, it brings anger to my soul. Like, I don't, even me right now recording, I don't know how to explain it, but I know that hatred, that resentment, that negativity exists. But like I said, it's nothing against the player. I just cannot stand the way you play. And there are probably other people that look at my gameplay or look at the characters I play or whatever, and they're like, oh my God, how can you say all of this when you play like this, or you play this character, or, you know? It's not that you hate me, but you might hate what I stand for. I've had negative comments when I'm playing Tekken talking about, you think you're so good at the game, but you play June, or you think you're so good at multiverses, but you play X character. It's like, yes, I still had to do my due diligence and learn the game from square one and get to where I'm at right now. You may hate the way I play, but that's no reason for you to be negative towards me or have this, you know, disrespect to me. I'm just a human. I'm just a regular person. You feel me? Like, don't take this out on me. And that's something that people might tend to forget about when playing these games. These are real people that you're fighting against. That's another real person on the other side of that fighting game that you're playing. That's a whole 5 other real people in that COD match, in that X-Defiant game. There's 30 other people, 80, 90 other people in that Apex Fortnite game that you're playing. Those are real people. So while you're thinking, oh, the anger has you ready to scream slurs and this, that, and the third, those are other people. That might be a child, that might be a family-oriented man on the other side of that, or woman on the other side of that team that you're fighting against. Like, I get that your anger may have you ready to cuss the world out and break a controller or whatever. I get it. I can be the same way sometimes, but you just got to remember that that is another person on the other side of whatever game you might be playing, right? This is not a single player story mode RPG game. This is a fully multiplayer game with other real people. You don't have to take your anger out on the physical person. If you take it out on the fact that they play a certain character or they play in a playstyle that you don't like, fine. But that doesn't have to take away from the integrity of them or you as a human being as a result. Even if you decide that niceness isn't the answer, just find something else to take your anger out on, bro. That's all I really have to say on that.